go get him again.
Welcome back to the Robe Zoe channel. I'm your host Mark, and on the docket today we have an unboxing first impression video, and it's not on Spice Bomb. It is on Histoires de Parfums, this one called 1899 Ernest Hemingway. So an Hemingway release. This one is new to me, obviously first impression. It's a Fragflex return haul. Somebody put quite a big dent actually in this bottle because it's a 60 ml, I believe. These don't do 50 mils. Where is the mils in here? 60 mils, yeah. Yeah, Histoires de Parfums does 120s and 60s. So there's still one of those brands that do, you know, not the 50 hundreds. Congratulations, you get extra juice. This is a brand that's hardly spoken about in the Fragcomm. It is one of those brands that is not part of Free Bottle Brigade. So it's one of those brands that you can utilize to decipher who's real and who's not. Oh, I'm a bad man. Okay. This one, I believe, you know, I don't have, you know, I have my ear down to, of course, the Fragcomm. So just because I haven't smelt it or I don't know about it, obviously I know that it's inspired by or it's one that smells like Spice Bomb. That's what people say, right? I have my original Spice Bomb here. This is when I used to go to Europe all the time. I used to go to duty frees and purchase fragrances that were released like right away. Like Europe gets the new releases like ASAP, and then North America, we suffer. Either we don't get them at all or we get them like several months later to a year later. So I got Spice Bomb like right at launch. Like that's like I was going to duty frees quite a bit, and I'd just go like, okay, what's the newest stuff? I'd just blind buy it. I wouldn't care. So my Spice Bomb is old as dirt. I think released in 2012, if I remember correctly. I might be wrong, but yeah, Spice Bomb. This one released a year later, 2013. So we'll see if it smells like Spice Bomb. Spice Bomb's okay. I think it's a little overrated, honestly. It's an okay scent, not as spicy as advertised. It's actually much smoother than you would assume with a name like that. I'm actually laughing now that I actually brought that in my suitcase, bought it, and didn't get questioned, especially on a newest launch. People looking at that through the X-ray and just be like, oh, look at this bottle. Now, before we get into anything, Histoires de Parfums here, 1899. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit the subscribe button, smash that like button, much appreciated. To my returnees, je t'aime beaucoup, love you so much. Thank you so much for the support. Hit like if you can, please. So let's take a look at the note breakdown. Let's see what we have in the notes. Now, I'm seeing, you know, Spice Bomb was, of course, heavily heavily put into with vanilla and spices, right? Cinnamon's one of those spices that was mainly in Spice Bomb. And I see cinnamon and vanilla in this note breakdown, but there's a lot more to this. There's other spices too. There's a black pepper note in here. There's juniper, so we'll see if that does a difference. Amber, vetiver, orange blossom, bergamot. Okay, so that rounds it out. Nose is, of course, Gérald Giselet. So let's take a look at the pricing first. So this retails off the Histoires de Parfums website at $215 USD for 120 ml, so double the size of this, the big bottle. And it's sold out on Fragflex. So I can't compare the price. When they sell out, I cannot find the price, unfortunately. So let's get into $18.99, my first dip into that. Now, if it is a Spice Bomb clone or a Spice Bomb-esque, and then this is not a clone house, by the way. Let's not point fingers. You know, we know the true blue clone houses, the Terenzis and the PDMs, and there's a lot of niche brands that make their living off that poop. This is not one of those brands. Sometimes it happens, sometimes. So let's get into it. Not a bad atomizer. So $18.99. Let's smell it. Oh yeah, it's Spice Bomb-esque. Off the rip, yeah. It's definitely that cinnamon vanillic combo is what's hitting me, and there's a little bit of bergamot here, so there's a little bit of a thinness to it. And bergamot's not, you know, a big portion in this fragrance. Black pepper though. There's a little bit of that black pepper. And there's some juniper here. Juniper is actually pretty good in this one. But the cinnamon and the vanilla are dominant. That juniper's pretty good. So, yeah, right. 10 seconds in. Yes, they smell same family, for sure. Yeah, for sure. I think there's minute changes, but the overall theme, as far as the first 30 seconds, this on my skin, and now development can say different things, right? The juniper in here is very well done. I think I've said that 4 times now. I think you've heard enough. There's a little orange blossom here, floral, peeking through on the strip. So it's a fresh, spicy genre. I like it. And again, just like Spice Bomb, I think Spice Bomb's a little more scratchy than this. And again, I've worn quite a bit of Spice Bomb. It is I wouldn't say one of my favorites. Like, it hits some of my top 20s, which I never do anymore, but I think it hit a couple years, but it's one of those that's not steadily in my top 20s in designer game. It's okay. It's very like this. It's not a big standout to me, but it's well done by Victor and Rolf, and there's a reason why there's multiple flankers. I feel like this is much smoother than Spice Bomb as far as the scratchiness, and I do like that it's like it's a wearable spicy scent. Because a lot of them, I like my jagged edges for my spices. Honestly, I do. I really, really do. That's what makes it makes a difference from a boring daily wear scent to something a little more daring, a little more bold, and a little more interesting to me personally as a frag head, right? There's nothing wrong with something like this that's much more versatile. They all have their pluses and their minuses, right? So the minus in 1899 here is that if you own this, is it redundant to get this? Most likely. Is it an upgrade? Depending on your nose, right? If you notice subtle differences, and again, I haven't worn this completely, right? So I'm not talking about dry down, longevity, things like that. And obviously my Spice Bomb from launch, and I mean like right at launch, versus Spice Bomb now, is it reformulated? I don't know. Those are things that you have to go through personally. Like, I can't tell you that. The talking heads on YouTube call this or refer this as the niche quality Spice Bomb to really dumb it down. Yeah, I guess. Honestly, if you're asking me, honestly, do you really need that? Again, personally for me, the Spice Bomb DNA is not great enough for me to go and try to find a better version of it. It's like people that search out a niche quality Sauvage or a niche quality Bleu de Chanel. They're not even, Bleu de Chanel and Sauvage are not even sniffing a top 20 on my list. Why would I be searching out to pay double that for a cleaner version of it? And same here, even though I like this recipe, I don't like it enough. And again, you saw the Parfum, it's not like you're breaking the bank here, right? $200 USD, and I'm sure a discount is half that. So you're looking at $100 for a bottle of this stuff. You're not breaking the bank. So honestly, you might be getting maybe less juice, right? This is a 60 ml. I think these are 90s, right? 90 ml. So it would be like this versus this. Like, you'd get less juice, but it would be maybe a little better for you. Honestly, do you really need that? Depending. If this is your number one, could be, right? It feels cleaner. It feels more polished, but same theme. That's my thought process. Not one of my favorites when we saw the Parfum, I'll be quite honest, right? There's stuff like Abram from Histoire de Parfum that will make a niche top 10 list for me. Like, it will destroy some of the best niche fragrances of all time in my list. And that's personal taste, but Abram and Ambre 114, those are really great fragrances from the brand. This is very well done. So the quality is there. The Histoire de Parfum quality is there. Yeah. And I like the Juniper in here. I really do. I just wanted to say it one more time. But it is very much a cinnamon-based, juniper-based, a little black pepper, some vanilla, very well-made vanilla. Yeah. So this one is not available at fragflex.com at day of shoot. Again, I checked it today. But you can keep an eye out. You can put in, of course, your email at Fragflex under this fragrance, and they will email you back once it's in stock. And it's like instant, right? Especially with some of these top sellers, you better snatch it up real quick because they sell out right away. But you can use my code TFG10 on Fragflex in the meantime, because my code is site-wide. It's not about this particular scent, and you receive 10% off. And that code is as good as gold because you can reuse it and has no expiry as of today's shoot. So you can use it as much as you want, as many times as you want, and you can use it in the future as well. It's not a one-time code. So it's always fun. Now that you heard my take, I'd love to see yours in the comments below. Good, bad, and the ugly. And again, you can disagree with me in regards to this scent. I think it's solid. It's exactly what I expected from HDP in that mold. After knowing that this is based on this, I see the resemblance. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to try to tell you that it's something else, but I feel like there is nuances, especially if you're deeper in this fragrance game. You will notice the differences in here. And they might be bad differences, right? Juniper can be bad to some noses. Orange blossom can really hit a nose. Black pepper might not be something that you'd like in a fragrance. So yeah, I can't wait to see the comments. And as always, a great pour fragrance will make a lasting impression. Choose your scent wisely. Thanks for watching, YouTube. Have a good one.